What's the most spectacular reason a coworker of yours got terminated? Some people get fired for being late. Others get fired for poor performance. But the people in these stories decided to turn their final day at work into an event the entire company would remember.
Many years ago, I was a fire alarm inspector. As we did initial inspections, new construction, or simply took over inspections from another company, we'd inventory and barcode all of the alarm equipment. These barcodes would be scanned with APDA as the unit was being inspected, and we'd enter the test results. Normally, we would have a two-man crew, but we had an older guy who had been with the company for decades and could knock out inspections solo in about the same time it was taking our two-man crew, so the bosses let him go out on his own. One day, the office got a call from a nursing home admin saying our guy was sitting in the parking lot asleep in the van. My helper and I were closest, so we went out to check on him, and we found him snoozing away with a binder on his lap full of sheets of barcodes, like 30 or more. He had been going to sites, putting the barcodes on the paper instead of the devices, and then would just sit in his van and scan a few every couple of minutes. Over time, we had to go back out and redo some of the inspections and found all sorts of crazy situations that he had been passing for years, like passing a dry sprinkler system that was not even connected to water and the air compressor had been ripped out. Huge fire violations.
Damn! But the boss loved him because he was so efficient.
Same in engineering. I go into projects after other people who are fast and efficient to find a total mess and no organization whatsoever. Then I go in to clean it up and get yelled at for taking too long. But it's done, right?
That's pretty good.
One woman in our office decided to turn over her office for a bit of spring cleaning. She discovered a device taped to the back and bottom of her bottom desk drawer. It clearly had a microphone of some sort.
What?
Our IT team was quickly involved, and we were worried it was corporate espionage. They were able to trace the device that was in communication with the spyware. Turns out that another guy in the office had put it there so that he could listen to her voice throughout the day. Guy was fired immediately.
That's so creepy.
Technically, this was my direct report, but I had to fire a guy for his body odor. I gave him multiple warnings. I bought him soap. We had conversations with HR. It wasn't a religious or cultural thing. He assured me there were no issues with his mental or physical health. I did everything I possibly could to make the situation better. I finally decided I had enough when a pregnant woman on our floor threw up because of his body odor. The security guy who walked him out asked our office manager for a mask with an exhalation valve. Nice guy who was good at his job, but it was so bad people were threatening to quit.
Ew!
I used to work on a dock for a major logistics company. They hired a fresh out of high school kid with no forklift experience, gave him the bare minimum of training, and sent him on his way. A minimum of 3 days a week, sometimes more. He would puncture something and spend the majority of the day cleaning it up. One day, it was paint. The next day, it was bags of green dye. Almost every day, there would be some giant mess coming out of one of the trucks, and you would find him inside, covered in what mess he made. And then one day, he just disappeared. We all assumed the obvious. I was small talking one of the managers later on when I asked what happened to the kid. He immediately starts laughing and pulls me aside. Apparently, he was caught shoplifting a few expensive items in his company branded work gear. When asked by security why he did it, he replied, "I'm a supervisor. It's okay. They called us." We obviously denied it, and that was that. I used to joke that I should become a supervisor to get those secret shoplifting perks.
Kinda reminds me of the joke. A guy gets a construction worker job. Every day at the end of the day, he puts a bunch of the scrap wood, metal in a wheelbarrow and wheels it out to his truck. Security think he's hiding things in the scrap, so they start searching it. Nothing turns up every day, just scrap. Goes on for a long time. Turns out he was stealing the wheelbarrows.
A customer who was a problematic frequent flyer at our restaurant told a new girl to take his food back and have a prettier girl come back and serve him. He had been such a pain in the ass. Too many of us that our manager would have banned him for that. But Carly decided to take his plate, chuck it on the floor, breaking it. She then told him to find that girl, his f***ing self, and stormed out. It was fantastic, if not a little bit of a mess.
No way I would fire an employee for that.
He technically fired her because she no-showed for her next 3 shifts. So I guess technically she quit?
Yeah, boy.
I had a young guy, pretty new, on my team doing PCIT technical support. He'd had some issues and his manager had him in a team room having a one-by-one. I don't know what happened to kick things into motion, but the yelling started. An office chair was thrown. Security came to the room and dude ran. He ran through the office being chased by security. Manager on the phone with the police while run after them. Guy got away too, evading both security and police across the office complex, and just never came back. It was really shocking and almost funny at the time. Lots of his coworkers were rooting for him.
It's Neo, escaping the Matrix.
And that concludes today's workplace survival lesson. No matter how badly your shift is going, at least you didn't get fired before lunch. Which story was the wildest, and what's the craziest reason you've ever seen someone lose their job? Drop it in the comments.
What's the most ridiculous rule in your place of work? Some workplace rules are designed to improve productivity. The following rules appear to have been designed to test how much stupidity employees can tolerate before quitting.
I'm a teacher, so I have a million stupid rules I have to follow. But the worst one is that my performance evaluation is based on student improvement on the STAR literacy test. I teach woodshop.
What the hell? I imagine they expect you to do a lot of alphabet blocks and word art projects.
At my old job, HR held a meeting to tell us that there was too much swearing on the sales floor. Someone raised their hand and pointed out that swearing is very common in our industry, and that is the way that our customers speak. HR later sent out a memo explaining that swearing should be limited to conversations with clients. It was amazing.
Please only swear when in the presence of a customer. All customers should be greeted with a jolly "what the f is up?" or a chipper "who the f shat on you today, you bastard." Any attempts to not insult or demean our customers will be written up, you, and have a great day.
Somewhere I had the email printed out. I had a crazy shit folder where I kept nutty emails, and that HR memo was definitely one of the best!
I used to work at a place in which my boss implemented a no more than 2 glasses a day water policy. Nani? What a cunt. I ignored this rule and complained directly to our CEO, and the matter ended later that day. What was weird though was the majority of people actually followed the rule, and some even shopped me up to HR about breaking the rules. I left not long after that because not only was my boss a bellend, but if my colleagues were going to HR over me drinking water, then I obviously couldn't trust them.
I am the one, the way your son don't need a gun to get me.
Probably trying to limit bathroom breaks.
I'd bet on some sort of aggregated time-saving effort. Less trips to get water, less small talk, distraction on the way, less bathroom breaks. Sure, it adds up across the board, but damn.
Oh my God! Wow!
Had a workplace time our bathroom breaks and deduct them from our allotted 15-minute breaks or lunch. We had to go see the office manager to get a key to open the restroom. As soon as we left his office, he would start a timer. When you got back, he would stop the timer and tell you how much time you needed to deduct from your lunch or next break. They watched our breaks like a hawk. Also, if you made a mistake, they would stand over you and time you while you fixed it and deduct that from your lunch or breaks. You couldn't bring anything that smells for lunch, and they had no way of heating anything up. I worked out my contract and split.
So if you were constipated and it took you 15 minutes, you had no break?
Yep, or it would cut into your lunchtime. We nicknamed him the Shitter Nazi.
Bruh.
I would troll the hell out of that manager. Just pee in the sink, then go ask for the bathroom key, be gone for 21 seconds, and give the key back. Do this often. Confuse the f out of him, while simultaneously interrupting his day 30 times.
Yeah, boy.
Business casual dress code. Even when I work at home, they Skype me to check.
Holy f***, I can't read this. It's so goddamn dumb it makes me mad. Whoever made this rule is a wasteful idiot who has no business being in charge of other people.
My dad told me this one a while back. He used to work for a PR firm. The way he described the office environment, think The Office. But in the 1980s, the company hired a corporate efficiency specialist to come in and improve things. She came in and implemented all kinds of rules, which seemed to follow some sort of caste system. Her philosophy was, the higher your office rank, the more perks you get. Her idea of her number of pictures you are allowed in your cubicle, whether you are allowed to have a potted plant or not. Coffee mugs were only allowed to senior employees. Others had to use paper cups. Being allowed to leave the office for lunch was also considered a perk. Needless to say, a coup soon followed, and she was tossed out on her hinny.
That doesn't sound like it makes anything efficient.
It efficiently lowers staff morale.
Once worked at a place where some mini-boss decided that since UPS trucks don't turn left, we shouldn't either. I don't know or care how well it worked out for UPS, but this was a goddamned ambulance company with a 911 contract. I will turn left if and when I fucking need to turn left. Edit. Follow up. I don't know if UPS trucks turn left or not, or if that is beneficial for them or not, and frankly, I don't care. The point is that mini-boss thought they did, and that was the reasoning he gave. He was an idiot. I did not stay there long.
What am I gonna do?
Well, the on-ramp is a left turn. Looks like we're going northbound instead.
Old job of mine, a warehouse. Our stations were pretty far apart, so when we'd listen to music, we'd all usually have our own stuff playing. Not a problem since you could barely hear the neighbor's music. Well, the CEO didn't like hearing multiple songs when walking through the warehouse. He made a rule that we all either had to listen to the same music or none at all.
I'd put on the same song, but everyone started 15 seconds apart.
We aren't allowed to wear jackets unless they are purchased from the resort gift shop with the hotel name logo on it. They are $50 plus and we don't get reimbursed, but it's the price you pay to stay warm in the cold months.
McDonald's did this to us when I worked there. They paid half, but they were still like $50 to $60 for a shitty fleece. I just wore my regular jacket and nobody said a thing.
Now it's your turn. What's the most ridiculous rule your boss or workplace has ever made you follow? Tell us in the comments and remember to call it a challenge, not a problem.